Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Liquor laws in New York are changing. Governor Hochul signing off on legislation that will impact breweries and liquor stores across the state. Our Sonia Ellison tells us what the changes are and how people in the southern tier feel about it.
Over the weekend, Governor Hochul signed off on a legislative package that changes the laws for liquor stores and breweries across the state. I spoke with the owner of local brewery Iron Flamingo to see how it would affect customers and breweries in the region.
Breweries in particular will benefit because the new law increases the valid duration of a brewer's license from 1 year to 3. Iron Flamingo has a dual designated brewery license classified as both a farm and microbrewery.
Well, it's nice that we won't have to renew as much, really depending on where they go with the farm license and the amount of product they're looking for us to implement in our brewing will kind of have an influence on it, but it should be pretty positive.
The State Brewers Association praised Hochul's signing of the new law because they say it will ease another administrative burden on breweries so they can continue to focus on brewing local beer. New York's craft beer industry is the second largest in the entire country. However, Forbes magazine reported the first half of 2023 craft beer sales declined by 2%. With many wineries and breweries across our region, could this liquor law update significantly boost business for this major Finger Lakes industry?
Well, I hope that the locals do understand, the farm license and how we support local businesses and the farms and everything in the state. So it'd be nice to, see that support from them as well.
Hochul says the updates to the state's alcohol laws will expand consumer options, create more jobs, and help small businesses across the state. Businesses and customers in our wine and craft beer region are hoping the measures do just that. Live from Corning at Iron Flamingo for Big Fox WYDC 48, I'm Sonia Ellison.
Elmira College is offering a new scholarship for its theater program. Our Josh Stuttle stopped by the campus to find out about the new opportunity for students.
I am standing outside of Gibson Theater here at Elmira College, where students can now take part of a scholarship program to help pay tuition. Incoming students at Elmira College who wish to pursue a degree in theater for either performance or production can now sign up for an interview or audition to receive a scholarship to help ease the financial stress of college. Professor and director of the theater program, Rebecca Rich, explains.
We're so excited to be able to offer, I think it's up to 10 scholarships for 10 individual students. They are talent/interest based, and that would be in addition to any merit-based or any financial aid-based scholarships.
Theater student Mia Pavone discusses how important the program is to her.
I've really loved working in the theater department here. I've got to do some really, really incredible stuff that I didn't get the chance to do when I was in high school. So it's really interesting and it's very fun. Currently, at the moment, I am in Lovesick. It will be in the Watson Arena, and it is this piece on a diversity of different relationships and stages of different relationships.
In addition to theater scholarships available, the theater department is now open to the community for auditions. For more information on the Elmira College Theater Program, upcoming shows, and scholarship, visit elmira.edu. Josh Stuttle, Big Fox News, Elmira.
Republican Congresswoman Claudia Tenney has introduced a bipartisan bill that would designate the 14-county Finger Lakes region as a national heritage area. The goal of the bill is to boost the economy through tourism and help preserve the region's rich history. Steuben, Cayuga, Monroe, and Tompkins are among the 14 counties the legislation would recognize. The bill has gained unanimous support from local Congress members from both sides of the political aisle. The village of Canisteo has completed its $8.6 million beautification project. The project is an effort to improve tourism and make the downtown area safer and more walkable. Canisteo's taxpayer-funded project included replacing and adding 1,000 feet of new sidewalks, paving streets along State Route 36, a new parking lot, and new crosswalk signs. This is the third time such a project was completed in the Southern Tier region. Watkins Glen and Montour Falls have also completed similar revitalization projects. Turning our attention now to the Middle East. Israeli troops once again striking Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip. It comes as aid groups are trying to get critical supplies to people ahead of an expected ground invasion. Madeline Rivera has more.
Israeli Defense Forces are gearing up for a major ground operation as tensions build in the north. Tankers with United Nations flags crossed into Egypt from Gaza on Monday. U.S. and international mediators have been trying to establish a humanitarian ceasefire that would allow for foreigners and critical aid to move safely through the Rafah border crossing.
Hospitals are running out of fuel, are running out of supplies up in the north. People can't move without help.
It all comes ahead of a potential full-scale ground invasion by Israeli troops. Overnight, Israel's military launched another wave of airstrikes at the Gaza Strip. Cross-border fire is also increasing between Israeli Defense Forces and Hezbollah along the Lebanon border. Israeli officials ordering dozens of communities in the region to evacuate.
They want the Israelis to put forces up there to deal with this and distract from the forces they're going to use for their main effort going into Gaza.
Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken returned to Israel on Monday, while another aircraft carrier, the USS Eisenhower, makes its way to the eastern Mediterranean. The Biden administration also sending squadrons of fighter jets to deter other groups from jumping into the conflict.
It's meant to make clear that no one should do anything that could add fuel to the fire in any other place.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is promising to push through a military aid package for Israel in the coming weeks. In Jerusalem, Mather Rivera, Fox News.
A major milestone in the push to turn what used to be the world's largest landfill into a public park. This weekend, the 21-acre North Park section of the new Fresh Kills Park opened to the public on Staten Island. It has a birdwatching tower, pedestrian and cycling paths, and a picnic area. Officials hope the green space draws in both neighbors and tourists. When it's finished, Fresh Kills Park will be the second biggest park in New York City's 5 boroughs.
This is 80 years in the making. This day is almost 80 years in the making. And it may be a transformation, but for me it's a restoration. It's a restoration to what should have been many years ago. And the people of Staten Island, it was not just an unattractive nuisance, it was a disgrace. What happened to the people of Staten Island for decades.
This is the first phase of reconstruction for the park. The entire park isn't expected to be complete until 2036. Rite Aid has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The Philadelphia-based drugstore chain will also close more stores. The company will restructure and name a new chief executive. The Wall Street Journal reports an auction will be held for a buyer, but one offer of $575 million for Rite Aid's Elixir segment has been made. Rite Aid's bankruptcy filing comes amid long-term finance problems, failed mergers, and lawsuits stemming from the opioid crisis. Your complete workweek forecast is coming up next. Plus, researchers have engineered a microorganism that breaks down plastic in salt water. Details coming up.
Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, good evening. We are about halfway through the month of October, and we started off the month with the warm conditions, but then quickly led into those wet conditions, which was triggered again over the weekend, where we did receive over 3/4 of an inch between Saturday and Sunday, and even was still shaking out some showers today in between at least some areas of some clear skies. There were some chances to see some of that blue sky, but also some quick little showers and some downpours as a short wave was sliding on through that is going to allow for some clearing and allow for a high pressure system to work its way in as we head through the middle of the week. So we'll at least keep a mention though of some of these scattered showers through the overnight underneath a light northerly wind, and with that cloud cover around, we'll keep temperatures mild into those 40s. So even with a northerly wind, not too cool, but we will note that that cloud cover is going to continue to clear out. We'll even get some better chances to look at some drier weather for tomorrow, and then continuing to bring those bright skies through the end of the work week with some climbing morning temperatures and looking at the best day setting up to be Thursday for warmest temperature and brightest day, but you'll want to get out and enjoy it. Unfortunately, that best day falls during the work week as we are looking at another weekend of wet weather conditions setting up, and it is beginning as early as Friday. So something we'll be watching, but at least here as we head into our Tuesday, we are seeing that we have some of those morning showers around, but clearing does quickly take hold, and we see that we even have some chance to see that blue sky. Still can't rule out some passing cloud cover. Really will be dependent on how quickly that short wave can move out of the region. Now we'll still keep some light northerly winds, so that does keep temperatures held back within those 50s, but we're climbing up towards what's an average for this time of the year, which is those lower 60s. Again, light northerly wind, most of those isolated showers occurring early in the day, and then we have that clearing potential. So across much of the region, we are noting anywhere from those mid 50s to those upper 50s. Now as we head into Wednesday, that high pressure system starts to move to over the area and nudges its way just off towards the east. So what that's going to allow for is more of a southerly wind to switch its way into the region. And it's going to be a light southerly wind, which is going to keep us really spot on for a mid-October day with areas of sunshine and highs into those low 60s. But as we return to that southerly wind, we will note that that southerly wind into Thursday is going to strengthen, bringing gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. And then we're going to hold that southerly wind in place through Saturday, gusting up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. So although Thursday might be the brightest as well as one of our warmest days of the week there at the high of 66 degrees, you'll have to battle that chance for some of those more gusty winds. Now Friday, we'll look at still holding on to those 60s, but it's going to be the windiest day, and we're going to have some increasing cloud cover. Might be able to shake out some showers at least by the end of the day, but then we're going to watch that the main system is going to push through on Saturday into Sunday, bringing us more of those rain showers as well as turning those temperatures back around.